Hi, welcome. I'm Gail and I'm a noetic scientist, psychic, clairvoyant, tarot reader and life coach. So, how are you going? You know, your life is about you. This is about how you can navigate your life, how you travel through your life. At the beginning of May, we had a little bit of guidance about the moon and the moon phases and things that could influence your state of well-being, your mood and everything else. Just a reminder, 15th of May, Mercury that has been in retrograde, which means your communications would have been a little bit difficult or stalled, or like getting contractors in, getting jobs finished. Things could have been a little bit messy. Even relating with insurance companies and all that kind of stuff could have been a little more difficult. So good news is, from the 15th, Mercury starts behaving and going in the right direction, if you know what I mean. It's not that it actually goes backwards. The energy seems to be backwards. So now Mercury is the planet of communication. It means it will flow more easily. Things will come together more effortlessly than it has for a little while. So my voice is a little croaky, so excuse that. I think it's as age creeps upon me that this may happen. Just a little bit about, I will just say about, we've had some fabulous people through the cyclone. Like, everybody has come up trumps, everybody that has done really well in helping one another, and so that's you, so well done. And we're not often thanked for what we do, but whatever you did, even if it was a smile to someone, that gave someone something of a gift in a time when they were struggling or in trouble. So just, pat yourself on the back a little bit. Today I was going to talk a little bit about happiness and how to be happier. And I just want to kind of modify it a little bit. Sometimes we're not in a space within ourselves where we can actually feel happy or remember what happy feels like. And especially when we've been through, the cyclone and everything that's followed, it can now be dragging on you a little bit maybe, or some of you, not everyone. So happiness really is, for me, happiness is a lighter or better state of being, a better state of feeling. Happiness, in my experience, has been contentment, peacefulness, feeling like all is well with the world and that things are flowing well in the world. That is, I guess, what I would describe as my happiness. When we're given words and labels, sometimes we think of them in their extreme. So happiness, it's like feeling like maybe that you should be going around all happy all the time and all positive all the time, and that is non-sustainable. We are human beings. We have a chemistry, which means we go through different phases of moods, feelings and everything else. The ability to help keep our mood buoyant has a kind of a little bit of a process to it, especially if you're feeling low or down. It's like, how do I become happier? How do I feel better, more content? How do I see life as nice, lovely, wonderful when everything seems to be showing me the opposite, where things have been destroyed, where you've lost everything. So there are these little steps that you can take that help you regain a little bit of a sense of better, of contentment. And the first one, and you will have heard this probably, is gratitude. So, and it's being grateful, I guess, to be alive. And sometimes you might think, well, I'd rather not be alive. And that's okay. We're all human beings. We go through those times. But the gratefulness part of it is about the small things, and I think they're actually sometimes more important than the big things, because the small things generally in our busy days and our busy life go unnoticed. They just pass us by. So the little things, sometimes the sun coming up in the morning, and I tell you what, I am so grateful these days for the sun, because we had a summer that was like no other. I can't remember the amount of times I saw the sun properly in summer. And I grew up in this area. I grew up with sunshine every day pretty much, most days anyway. I remember the clear blue skies and the sun and the crispy frost in the morning, or the clear blue skies and the heat, like real heat, through the summers. And this last summer it was a rarity to see the sun. So I am so grateful just to feel the sun on my face as we have in the last week. We are lucky. And another thing is, this is Radio Hawke's Bay. This is a community radio. It is your radio. It is your radio to actually use and utilise. If you have something that you would like to say or share with others in the community, approach Natalie, Kelly or Ken, and they're lovely people. Just say, hey, what do I do? Can I? Sometimes it takes a brave step. It can make you feel happier that you just had the courage to do one thing. It can make you happier to actually count your small blessings, your family, your friends, your ability to have freedom, whatever is in your reality. Those things are to be grateful for, simply because other people don't have those. I mean, we are blessed, and I am so grateful to live in New Zealand, because we are a country, we are independent in a lot of ways, we are free thinkers in a lot of ways. We still have that ability in this country to do the number 8 wire thing, make something out of nothing if we want to. And we have a lot of freedom. Just even appreciating that you can get up in the morning and go and do your own thing really is pretty special. So, lots of things to be grateful for. Grateful that you've got, the abilities and the functioning abilities to be able to do the things you need to do in your life that you want to do. And for those of you that maybe don't have full functioning abilities, it's being grateful that you have what you have and that it is not worse. And I understand that this is difficult. It's simply to feel good in yourself, to feel happy in yourself, and to feel content with what you have, is just to appreciate what you do have and what it could be like if you didn't have those things. So gratitude is the first thing. The other thing is to feel better about yourself. And a lot of these things I'm telling you, you already know. It's just kind of like a little bit of a reminder. Because the second thing is, apart from gratitude, it is to pamper yourself. Now, if you wanted to do an exercise, in gratitude. The exercise is write 5 things down every day that you are grateful for. They can be the same 5 things. It doesn't actually matter, because what you're doing is you are kind of reinforcing that gratitude onto your being. When you are grateful, you cannot be too sad. You cannot be too angry. You cannot be too upset. When you are grateful, it kind of dissolves those things slowly. So 5 things every single day that you write down, that you say to yourself that you're grateful about, helps to reinforce a different pattern. That pattern becomes lighter. You start to feel better in yourself and about yourself as well. Be grateful that you can achieve some things. Be grateful for the things you have achieved already in your life, against great odds too. So that's the first thing, and that's the exercise. Second thing is to pamper yourself. So pampering yourself pretty much just means, hey, give yourself a cup of coffee in the sunshine when it comes out. We still have sunshine today, which is wonderful. Maybe our weather has come back to normal. So take a walk. But when you do it with purpose. So I am going for a walk because I am doing this for me. I am having a coffee in a space of sunshine, or just a space of rest apart from everyone else, because I'm doing this for me. The more that you reiterate, I am doing this for me, the more your sense of well-being starts to build. It actually feeds your self-esteem and your confidence. The more things that you can do that are just for you, that pamper you. It's not selfish. It is that you must be extremely self-caring, caring of yourself, your well-being. For some of you, you are so busy looking after everybody else, you forget that you are everybody as well. We are all one in the big scheme of things. Sometimes we do not identify and single ourselves out. So just being a little bit more kinder to yourself, or nicer. If you've growled at yourself for something, then say something actually really positive and nice about yourself, something you have actually achieved, and I'm actually pretty good in all. Those kinds of things are also kinds of pampering. The other thing is, because I've got paper here, sorry about this, I've got paper here. The other thing is to smile. And there's something about smile and laughter. Hey, fake it. Like I say, they say, fake it till you make it. But smile. Even if you're fake smiling, false smiling, smile. It has a bang-on effect. It triggers things within your body. We've got chemicals, we've got all kinds of things running around, hormones and everything else. Smile often, laugh at a silly. I used to go around laughing at silly things I did because I did silly things all the time. I had been a person that growled about everything I did that was silly because it wasn't right and it wasn't up to scratch, and it was just ended up in some silly thing happening or some disaster happening. So I learned to laugh at myself, not laughing at myself, but laughing at how I had done it and the humour of it and the quirkiness of it and that side of things. So just laughing at anything. You can watch a comedy. Seriously, watching a comedy helps you to laugh, and you can laugh outrageously, exponentially, more than you need to. Just give it a go. Smile and laughter. That actually does something to the endorphins in your body as well. It can help your thoughts, because thoughts are very powerful things, and some of you go around and you can criticize yourself. You can, I know I used to do that myself a lot and catch myself occasionally doing it. Please monitor yourself. See if you actually do self-speak criticism or self-speak encouragement and support, and, give yourself a little bit of credit for things. Just monitor what your thoughts are. It would be quite interesting to find out for yourself. There's another thing that can make you feel better. And I'm saying these are things that will make you ultimately happier. But just to be better is to stop blaming yourself, stop blaming things or situations or other people. In every event, in every situation that you go through, you have actually gained something. You have gained quite a lot, and what you've gained is really valuable. It's very valuable, it's very long lasting, it's very knowledge imbuing. So the only person that suffers when you are blaming is you. Try it. Think about something that's happened in your life and start saying, well, if that person hadn't done that or whatever, give it a go. See how that feels to you. Be aware of your feelings when you are doing these things, like giving gratitude. What is your feeling? Like pampering yourself. What is your feeling? Like smiling. What is your feeling? And deciding not to blame anyone or anything. You can blame fate, you can blame destiny, you can think, well, and if you blame fate and if you blame destiny, you're actually kind of saying, well, this is something I have to deal with. It gives a whole different connotation to it. There is something for me to learn from this experience, because there always is. There is something for me to gain from this experience, because you gain things always, every time, in every situation that you are involved with. The only reason that you may not feel that you gain anything is because you haven't identified what you have gained. That's it. So the next part of it, of course, is to forgive yourself for any part that you have played in something where you weren't feeling proud of how you acted or proud of what you've done. Forgive yourself that, because even if it was in the past and you went back to the past right now, you would not do anything different. And that's simply because you did not know enough, you did not have enough skills to deal with it in any other way than what you did. So forgive yourself for not knowing enough then, because that's all it was about. And the same now, if you feel that, damn it, I should have done that and could have done that, you simply couldn't have or shouldn't have, because maybe you should if you had the knowledge, but you didn't have the knowledge, so you can't change it. So forgive yourself. And when it comes to other people who have hurt you as well, I have this view. This is what helped me, and I've talked about it before. So forgiving other people for what they have done that has affected you negatively can be really difficult. So you don't forgive the person, you don't forgive the behaviour that they had at all, and you don't condone it. But you forgive the person, the being, that didn't know any better, that didn't know how to handle the situation or how to cope in any different way. There is one thing that's wired internally in us, and that is a sense of conscience. It is that when we do not do things as well as we would like to do them, we have a feeling that sits with us, and that's when you have to forgive yourself. It's like that guilt. We feel a little bit that something's not right. Even if we feel fiercely justified about what we've done or said, we still can carry a feeling of, we're our own best advocates, we're our own best judges. We are the one that doesn't give ourselves a break if we've messed up. And every single other person on the planet is the same as well. Everybody knows instinctively, deep down, what they have done or not done. And, you know, we talk about, in a religious sense, a judgment at the end of our lives. Guess what? You are the one that reviews your life. You get to see every aspect of your life when you die. Every aspect, even to standing on an insect. You get to review it. You get to make judgment on that. If you are too harsh and hard on yourself in this lifetime, you will be harsh and hard on yourself at that time as well. So you are learning to be lighter about life, to appreciate life, to be happier about life, so that then you will not be blaming yourself too harshly, nor others too harshly. They talk about karma. So whatever you do to someone else, that comes back on you and your family in some ways. So you have a responsibility to do the best you can. And if you muck up, you've done the best you can with the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have, the wisdom that you've attained. And there is no blame for that. There is no blame for that. You are not held accountable to some ideal if you are not capable of meeting that ideal. So don't hold yourself accountable to that either, or to others. Everybody has their pain, everybody carries their hurt, and their actions actually express the hurt that they have felt and experienced. So if they've hurt you, it's because they have been hurt. And if you don't like being hurt, you would not want your worst enemy to be hurt in the way that you've been hurt, especially if it's profoundly. And that's something I do know. If you have gone through great hardship in your life, you will not ever want another human being to go through that same experience, no matter who they are, what they've done to you. If you hate them or not, you would not wish that on them. So forgiveness is very powerful. You do not forgive the behaviour, remember, you forgive the person who couldn't do better. And then you do what you need to. You either stay away, from them, or you approach them again. If you approach someone with forgiveness in your heart, you will get a surprising reaction from that person, because they will feel it. We are feeling beings. We feel these things. Another thing, of course, that can lift your spirits and make you feel a little lighter and a little happier and a little better is music. And again, so your favourite songs, but surround yourself with positive people. And then kind of like look at the bright side of life. Try and look for the sun always, in everything, in every situation. It can help. And on that note, our time goes very fast, so you have been listening to Radio Hawke's Bay. I am Gail. If you would like to contact me for a session or a reading, my phone number is 027 4166 545. And on that note, have a lovely couple of weeks, and we will see you at the beginning of June for a forecast for the month. Take care. Bye.